This is where the union thing is, so I don't think it's going to be here. We'll come back to that later after we've had a look at the body. Oh, you can just hold it down. That's cool. Oh, here's the car. We found it. It was very close. Kupris Kanema. Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. Ah, that's why we woke up. Open the door. In the cabin, you're welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. Smell a scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oil washes over you. I'm gonna pull out the pull-out toolbox. Metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and fits into place. The tools inside are neatly organized. Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools like some men are. He's clearly a little protective of his tools, but what can you do? Work is work. Take the pry bar. Pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you think. Take the rubber-handled chain cutters. Got chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts. Take the hand-cranked flashlight. Robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue blue. And we'll push it. So I've taken all of his tools. Run your fingers over one of the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Tap on the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat. There's no use pressing the heat button, he says and jingles his keys. It won't start without the ignition key. Translation, we're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation, don't even think you can drive my MC. Again, what are we looking at? What is this machine? This is the Kupris Kanema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like. He nods at the cabin. Motor carriage. Something bad with the motor carriage. I don't love resident thought. What is this sinking feeling? I have the words motor carriage. All policemen in the RCM have such cool motor carriages. Great, Motor Corps doesn't provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes. This is different. This is a sports model. I might be wrong, but this one is a sports model, right? You're right. A vainglorious smile spreads over his face as he pats his machine. I didn't take you for a motorcar enthusiast. You also like Tip Top Detective? What's Tip Top? An inter-solary racing series. You should definitely give it a go if you like motor carriages. It has fantastic competition. Smiles again. What is the sinking feeling? I have the words motor carriage. Nothing. Nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging. Can we turn it on and drive somewhere? No, I'm afraid not. He straightens his spine. We have a murder case on our hands, remember? Must be what woke you up when you arrived in Martinez. The infernal noise. Yes, sorry about that. The Kupris Kanema does have a rather distinctive engine sound. Does it with a very badly concealed pride. Look around in the cabin again. Alright, we'll pick up the radio. Frequency tableau lights up and a green button labeled Primeline glows like a feline eye, and then you hear something. A soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static. This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you? Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on. Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times. Come in dispatch. Come in dispatch. I'm in Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy. Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you. This is Officer Alice Demetrier, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? You can swear she was friendlier with the lieutenant. Under the green Prem line, a yellow save button catches her eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is. Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct? I have something I need to report. Just a second, officer. She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattling voice is oddly familiar. Jules Padilla. 10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in, over. A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. Man uses relocate. You got this. You're a cop, and cop. No relocate. 10-4, station 41. I've got urgent business. Over. 10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. Just reporting in. Over. 10-18, state your message, sir. Need to report my badge missing. My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over. Is it him? A dry voice asked in the background. What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge? Hey, who is this? This is Communications Officer Jules Piru, sir. Over. No, the other one. You mean your partner? Over. What is he saying? He's asking who you are. I'm his goddamn partner. It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vikmar, sir. Over. Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge? The man in the background sounds like he's losing his patience. Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think? Officer Dick. He tries to speak through laughter. Mullen from the bestseller. Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity. Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Right, now the game's having a dig at me. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far, guys. I'm having a... Like, the writing in this is so compelling, and I can tell that the story is really good. I've seen little bits of it so far from when I watched Wet for Jesus play a little bit, but I'm quite keen to like dig into this. Hopefully my voice holds up. If you've got any questions or anything like that, feel free to speak up in chat as well. Find yourself immediately, they're laughing at you. Come on, operator, tell them to stop. This is serious. Haha, officer has lost his badge. Haha, like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge. Can't we just move on? I want to get it reported and be done with it. Ooh, got your badge missing. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you're in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over. Fuck me, Mac. Come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mallon lost his badge. What's going on? Super Copier lost his badge. He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. Could you all please stop saying lost his badge now? For a moment, he asked you to please stop saying he lost his badge. Why? Did he find it? The room at the other end of the line erupts in volcanic laughter. Sergeant Torson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over. You don't have a comeback. Sorry, it's hard to think like this. He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. You can hear laughter in the background. Enough with this. Now I have other things to discuss. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over. The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you. New heights, even for Captain Sober. Ask him, the speaker gasps for air. Ask him if he lost his gun too. The room roars with laughter. Sergeant Torson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over. Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck, you don't know where it is, do you? Oh god, it's not here. Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone. 10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over. Convince them that you didn't lose your gun. Say nothing. Success. Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just like say it like it's the truth, and then it becomes it. No, of course I didn't lose my gun. He says he didn't. Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it. I've got to track down my fucking gun now. We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. Do you need further assistance, officer? Over. I'm in dire need of financial assistance. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but what does he want now? He's asking for money. Is he fucking kidding? I don't think he is. Don't give that asshole anything. He's just going to drink it all. All right, the operator turns back to you. That's a negative in the additional funds, sir. Over. This. Someone must know something about your lost firearm. Maybe a district authority, like someone high up in the union, or someone local who saw you with it before you passed out. The Wheeling's absent bartender. You could also ask the local pawn shop. Paramount to the investigation that you grant me more money. He says it's important to the case. He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that. Request denied, sir. Over. Please, I'm begging you here. I don't even have a place to sleep tonight. He says he's in trouble. He doesn't have a place to sleep. I guess you better crack the case before sundown then. Ikmar said, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. Please come and get me. Listen, he seems to lower his voice a bit, carefully choosing his word. It's okay. You can do it, sir. Over. What is he saying? The operator chooses to ignore the voice in the background. Did you want anything else said? Anything else, sir? He asks you. Many of your colleagues are also here. Over. No, I'm alright. I'm alright. I had other things. Let us address them now, sir. Over. This might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss. Okay. 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over. Wait, before you say anything stupid, think it through. I need information, not fear. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone. 10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. The radio operator inquires again. Wanted to know if you got my badges. So that sounds like... That sounds like it could be right. What is it? He's still on the line? He wants to verify the information on his badge. But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force. Tell him to stop wasting time. What do you need, sir? Over. Hold on, are you alone in the room? I need some confidential information about myself. That's a negative, sir. I've got a 10-12 visitors present here. Over. Looking for my address. I don't really want to tell them to know I've lost my memory. Any news about my family? Excuse me? Over? You probably don't want to continue on this road. Nothing, never mind. Okay. Have I ever told you about my life before the RCM? Well, that's does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting your work? He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCM. For God's sake, cut this shit out. Tell him to stop wasting time and be a goddamn policeman for a change. Sir Satellite Officer Vikmar says. I heard him. So was there anything else? Yeah, let's wrap this up. I'll just say I lost my gun too, because I'm not going to get any money from the captain. 10-4. I know, I already wrote in a report, but it'll stay on my desk for a few days. Over. Oh, Jesus. Pass. 10-10. Transmission completed. Standby. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out. Static ends with a loud click. Then everything is silent in the cabin. Alright, we're going to try calling this chick as well. We may as well. I need you to connect me to a civilian as Sylvie. She may have reported a murder. Of course. What is her number, officer? Kim, didn't Gart give you Sylvie's number? Yes, hold on. The lieutenant takes a look at his notes. Her number is 005-1944-298. Received. Hold on, officer. Wait patiently. Start slapping a marching rhythm on your thighs. Yeah, 100% marching rhythm. Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. It takes a bit to get to the phone. Officer, she finally returns. I have Sylvie Malaika on the phone for you. Yes, hello. Female voice greets through static. It sounds like she's million miles away from here. I guess we've met before. Sylvie, I believe we've met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling in Rags. Oh, right. She recognizes your voice almost immediately. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? Quit your job at the Whirling. Why? You mean, why did I leave the bar? You can hear her tense up on the other side. Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Wait, why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me? The static waivers. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. Get away from whom? You know whom. Right, I won't push you on this. Are you ever coming back to work? Maybe. I don't know. She seems to relax a little bit. I just know I have to take some time off right now. Was it you who called the police? No, not me. But why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you? What? Of course it bothered me, but I thought the union already knew about the corpse. What does this union have to do with anything? No one calls the police. You can hear her adjust the receiver in her hand. The union would get angry. What do you mean by that? You know, she seems to be looking for words. What the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. Wait, Kim, lower your microphone. Is she speaking truth? The union is the law around here? Legally, no. In reality, yes. He looks around. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union. Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation. I am the authority around here. Oh, and experience. Okay, she obviously doesn't want to challenge your authority. You feel much better now. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. What others? The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble. What trouble? You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union. Internally. You hear static. Her chin rub against the receiver. Then, please, I just didn't want any trouble. I see. Don't worry about it. I understand. You do? She sounds relieved. What else can I do for you? You know who made that call? No, sorry. I don't. She clears her throat. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone or the one on the coast. It was someone else. The lieutenant makes a note. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while. Okay, next question. Have you seen my badge? Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. Wait, how did you first learn I'm a police officer? You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody and showed us your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore. My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere? Oh. No, I haven't. Sorry. Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? I'm a uniform too. God, I should really look into that. He doesn't have a uniform and he seems real to me. He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature prestigious black uniforms to the highest ranks in RCM and end up buried in them. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them. Okay. So I've got to find my uniform as well. I've got a skill point actually, so I should probably level something up. But I don't really know what to use it in yet. So I might just leave it until I know what I might need. When there's a skill check coming up. Gotta keep searching for the caller. Have you seen my gun? Please no, not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. She sounds beyond exacerbated. Showed you my gun? When did it happen? We were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and stops evidently. Not sure if she continue. And what? What did I do? You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic. I should have killed myself. No, please, no more suicide threats. Thank God you don't have that stupid gun anymore. There are way more inventive ways than a gun to leave this world. Why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay. There's silence on the other end of the line. Okay, I don't know what to say. Me neither. What happened to my gun? No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. So I probably sold it. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. She sighs. Okay. Have you seen my policeman uniform? Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on, the disco things. I think I got everything I need. Thanks. Oh, hang on, I might just ask them. Honestly, I'm not. Why aren't you comfortable discussing with me? Say I left because I need to go away from someone. I just know I have to take some time off right now. Why won't you tell me this? Okay. We can call her later. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye. She's ready to hang up. Wait, why does she seem angry with you? Maybe I can level up empathy here. It's a better chance. Success? Yes. Yes, you've obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there. Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything. I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the squaw thing happened, it just made me want to quit. What squaw thing? The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. Oh, we got into some fun, it sounds like. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Ugh. Bitch bird got what was coming to her? Okay, officer, her voice is withdrawing as if she's moving away from the speaker. So you tell me that I was the one who made you want to quit? Yes. Obviously, you're the worst client I've ever seen, and I've seen so many assholes in this place. Had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you, pauses. Go on, I want to know what I did. Well, you're worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things, like not turning the volume down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening on repeat. No more, I hate it now. Hold on, which song? We Go On by the OO, she sighs. I can't listen to it anymore, so you've turned it into a parody. Sorry. Sorry about the song. To hell with that song. Then there was your room, your project, experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that? I'll just apologize, it sounds pretty bad. And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. Wait. The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet. What happened to them? Ah, damn it. I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do. Resentment gives way to concern in her voice. Especially when there is a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine. Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away. Okay, I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. I'm truly sorry for everything. I was trying to show you the world of tomorrow, the great panic at the end. You're the worst tavern wench I've ever seen. You'll just loosen up a little. Don't you ever party? I was gonna say sorry. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just trying to call me again. Let's pretend it never happened. What else did I sing beside the OO? I'm looking for a song. All sorts of things. Some disco, rock too. So much disco and rock. Was I singing The Smallest Church in St. Sains? Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most. The later it got, the more that one came on. Interesting. You still have to find a copy though before you can blast it. Alright, thank you for talking with me. Take care. Hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks in the already familiar voice. Anything else I can help you with, officer? I'm going to ignore Alice and press the button labeled save. As always, it's DJ's Mess and Flatio, and you listen to Speed Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar. A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says, "Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe it picked up a random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right?" He's still avoiding your gaze, and his ears glowed red. Speed Freaks FM, huh? Look him in the eye. Oh, is that what it was called? He's trying hard to act surprised. Go for it. Turns the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM. Pick up the radio again. Just souped up motor carriage for one bad mother's boy. Before they're heavy off foot and freaky and... God damn it, Lieutenant moves quick as a viper as he switches off the radio and sets it on prime line. Then he turns to you. Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak, or he shakes his head furiously, staring at his feet. Oh, you don't have to explain yourself. Just forget about it. Thank you. His eyes glide over the plaza, making sure that no one heard the sudden blast from the radio before he turns back to the cabin. This guy is into his car, as you can tell. I'm pretty sure we're done with the radio. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio and a hook pull-out toolbox, and a soft coil with a fuel preheater gauge. Alright, we've done everything we can here, I think. this guy. Oh, do I have something new? Oh yeah, I've got these things. Red Tip's pry bar has cast and T heavy duty grade just below the handle. It's satisfyingly heavy and perhaps one of the most useful tools to carry around. Pair of cutters you've ever seen, made in Gottwald by Walsh and Workzug. No chain wire nor barb fence will ever stand in your way again. They look hungry, ready to chew steel. A police flashlight bearing the logo of Grundstalung Rayo. The small dynamo packed inside this handheld illumination device theoretically gives you the ability to produce a tiny amount of electricity anytime, anywhere. Well, that sounds useful. Who's this guy?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. Simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes. Keep listening.
Hey there.
What's going on
the
here?
jam, my man?
Questions toward the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals, and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck.
Must be the union.
Meanwhile,
strike.
we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
That's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Officially, he too agrees. This is the antechamber of the anti-life.
Feels near forever.
How long have you been here?
Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Traveling phrase, but I can roll with it.
Imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Care to spare some change for a working stiff? Huh? Sudden financial duty snap him out of his days. Oh no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. They who? The bosses, man. Makes sense. Oh, I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck if I had, say, for myself. Tell me more about this strike. It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Going on strike will probably help you dodge a bullet or two. Maybe I should go on strike. Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus you can get shot. Why not? The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother. No, your mother. I don't think you understand how that jokes go, but do continue. You were asking about the strike. What's the union demanding? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane and half the company. I forgot what exactly. Good on them, I guess. Heard talk there's a company rep in town too, like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up, precise demands, and so on. Ah yes, from the Wild Pines. He takes a note. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure. What do you think the company wants? They want to keep the money flowing in, my man. He makes a ka-ching sound. Anything else I should know? Anything else? He thinks, yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. All of who? Us lorry drivers. Camioneers? If you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end, most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high or laid. He smiles awkwardly. Not that I blame them, really. Not you? Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if he's trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior. Know anything about the dead man, the one hanging behind the hostel there? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy. Easy to see he's telling the truth. He's gets his nose out of the dark stuff. Busy with what? Analyzing the fundamental structure and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. And your conclusion? Sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Fair enough. What are you hauling anyway? Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Okay, what are you actually hauling? Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. He grins. I've got another haul of fallen cargo, mostly sporting goods, tracksuits and that kind of thing. These get shipped to Grad and the Occident. We've been making headway to the Ilmarin market lately. And some of these pronunciations. Can I get one of those felon tracksuits you call them? The pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. That's your machine behind you. This rockin' beauty. He points at the lorry with his thumb. Drawer is like a rash you can't get rid of. You're interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? A motor lorry, also known as a camion on Cayeux and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of Fallon rust bucket. Maybe the A6? It's a Fallon A6 you got there. Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. He gives the side of the lorry a friendly knock. He and her spent a long time together. There it is again, a little touch of sadness beneath his call. He thinks you spent too long in this lorry. Right, I had another question. I guess we try this dice check. White check, so we may as well. Success! Fuck yeah. In his eyes, a half-familiar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. Familiar how? Hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. What's in the southwest? Excuse me? He emerges from the reverie. Flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve. Hell, I get lung and I felt something similar since I woke up. Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no help in an absence, you know? I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, a second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Jura, and here I am, stuck in this shit so far from home. Jura? Jura of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Cayeux, pretty much, on another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. I can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows. I'd like to miss someone. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. He smiles warmly. Think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail, living with them. Comforts me. There's a pause and a sigh. Then he turns his eyes to you. What about you, cop man? You missing someone? Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter smelling of apricots and sorrow and the past. I missed my gun. I lost it. Fine, man. I don't miss anyone. I miss someone, but I don't know who it is. I'll just tell him I feel hunted. We've got a connection with this guy. Hunted by what? By a shadowy figure known only to me as the ex-something. An ex-wife? Ex-wife? Oh, I better pull that. It's a sinister presence that hunts me across all planes of existence. It followed me into this world when I woke. I think it may be a planar hunter. Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. It's... Okay. Sinister presence? Wow, that sounds really bad. I hope that doesn't happen to my marriage. Yeah, my thing has got nothing to do with my marriage. Sure, man, if you say so. It doesn't look like he believes you. But look, man, thanks for this. It's good to talk to someone. I know it wasn't easy to ask, so I hope you find your way through your own troubles. Don't be a stranger. He gives a salute with 2 fingers. Cool. Alright, let's go check out this body. See if there's anything for me to interact with on the way. Oh, there is. Road de Saint Galline. See a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Why am I looking at this? Top habit, you look at everything. This isn't case related, you think? What kind of vehicle drove through here? Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. The white check so I can retry it. So I may as well give it a go. Oh yeah. No, the tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away. Okay. I might have to do that later once I've leveled it up. There's some footprints and kids. You throwing rocks at that thing, buddy? What do you think you're doing?
Kono's got this!
Boys throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness. Like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, never could be Kuno.
Yells the other kid behind the fence. The kid a word. Police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
Children ignore you.
It's loving in the dick!
Jesus Christ. The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. Hold on, what does that mean? It is obviously high. Stop getting high at my crime scene.
Kuno! Yeah! Right in the mouthful!
The shit himself!
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener!
The fuck? You kids'
The
siblings.
fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us f***s, Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
What? Okay, I have questions. Oh shit. Hang on. Oh, what's that though? Sounds like spoiled meat and killed a dairy. A human being decomposes. That's the body. We'll check it in a second when I get through this dialogue.
Can't you see him throwing rocks?
Questions,
Alright,
please?
entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Guy. A voice. Kid moves his hands like a basketball player, dribbling fast. The body, what do you know about it? Shitload pig, what's your question? Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. This is where you quickly asking questions, real cop questions like a cop. You know who he was? Kuno's fuck gimp, he picks up a rock. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice. Could have just said he doesn't know. You could have just said you don't know. Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. He shakes his head, clearly offended. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popper phone. Yeah, it's fucking okay. Gotta have a gimp for rock practice. Don't ask the pigs for permission, Kodo. Don't ask the pigs for shit. You know how it got up there? Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down, so you didn't see it happening. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. He puffs himself up. Kuno wasn't regional. Oh, okay. Where'd you go then? I don't know. Some fucking... He looks around trying to come up with something. Mesk, or I don't know, some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel. Where is Night City? Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. He draws the snot up his nose. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant. Have you seen anyone suspicious around? Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno. Yeah, you tell the... Gari? You know? I don't know what that is. More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else. You're testing Kuno's patience here. About the crime scene. You kids often play in this yard? Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else. Whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shite. He spits over his shoulder, then looks back up at you. I gotta ask, who is Kuno? Kuno's Kuno, pig. The boy points to his chest with both thumbs. So you refer to yourself in the third person? The fuck are you calling the third person? Kuno's the fucking first person. He looks slightly confused but proud he came out with that retort, but Riders is getting distracted to hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence. Watch out, Kuno is trying to fiddle you. He's going to put his hands on you. The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm. Sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard. Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape! Help! The boy joins in. He's got the Kuno! Help! Everyone can hear you. Need to get the hell out of here before... I'm not doing anything, see? Everybody, please. He's digging his dick out. Escalate, Kuno. His dick is out. You're afraid. Pigs are hurting, Kuno. Somebody, please. It's full blast now. The wind carries the message far and wide across Martinez. Don't punch him. It's a bad idea. Are you high right now? Help, misters, help. He prances around, eyes bulging out of the sockets, rolling hard, yelling at the windows. He's having the time of his life. Total ecstasy. Fuck the pig. He's flashing Kuno. He's showing his genitals. If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late. Who put you up to this? No one, he whispers suddenly. Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig. This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you. Help, the pig's gagging him. Kuno can't speak. Someone put you up to this. You put him up to this yourself when you decide to talk to him in the first place. Listen to your... I'm not going to read that. Cuno hawks a loogie on the ground. The phlegm is yellowish and bubbling somewhere. Gart put you up to this. Cuno owns the fat ass, he whispers, and looks around and yells from the top of his lungs. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Cuno. Alright, let's go back. Look. Cuno whispers even softer than before, vanishingly silent. I know you wanted to hit me. He lets it linger. You got that. I'm going to fuck that Cuno up. Look at that Dano gets. The murder look. The rage look. Yes, but I didn't act on it. It was just a fantasy. I know what you thought. I'm going to fuck that Cuno up. I'm going to shut that shit down. You know what? You should have, because now, he raises his voice again. You're nothing. You're a joke to Cuno. Cuno laughs at you. He spreads his arm, taking dominion over the yard. King Cuno. Cuno turns you into his prison bitch. You're going to be in this shit with Cuno. We're getting dominated by a kid. No, the lieutenant almost rolls his eyes. You're not. We can just leave. Bitch, you're going to be in this shit with Cuno forever. The piper-headed critter doesn't let him finish. Piper was a type of hat, by the way. You don't know. You don't talk to me about my fucking Piper. You don't know where I come from. You're just Cuno's bottom bitch. Okay, Cuno is kind to his bitch. Ask you questions, but remember, he taps his temporal lobe. This changes shit. Click, click, click goes a little peeper wearing asshole behind the fence. Alright, we're just gonna find out what's going on. Nah, we're not gonna do that. Oh, we'll give it a go. See if we can do it. He's on your crime scene. Boston Ray has been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful. Cuno, listen, I know this boundary pushing thing is new to you, but it's old news for us growing up. Get your snout out of Cuno's ass. Cuno knows how hard Cuno pushes it. Cuno pushes it hard level. You should give up, Popo, or the kun will keep fucking it out of you. Are you okay, Cuno? She looks worried. The kun has her confused. That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure. Alright, let's just fucking leave. Cuno doesn't fucking care. This kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable. The ladder's for kids that wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. Swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue is like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. Look down. Cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils. God, what is that? Why is it so bad? Active decay. The lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging. He's about to blow. The cop's gonna blow Cuno. Alright, we're gonna try. Oh yeah. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth. More instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills up your mind, flushing you from within. Let it out. Feel a great force wringing you from the stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, till a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool, among it distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab. Fucking corpse. Lieutenant hands you a blue checkered handkerchief. Keep it, he says. Thanks. Wipe your mouth. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. Think ammonia would help? You can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaver and odor. Not you? I can't handle the headache. More likely he can handle the smell, unlike you. Where do I get ammonia from? That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. He nods towards the plaza. She doesn't have any. There might be some in the Fritz store nearby. Having the ammonia is a modifier to the endurance check. Modifiers make checks easier, allow you to retry them. Okay. So we can go to body. And I've got Lieutenant's handkerchief now. Cool. Is there anything else in here? I can have a look in this box. Elysium. I need to find a new health thing now because I'm running out. Oh, there's actually heaps of shit I can do here. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. Inconspicuous pile of roofing material, Lieutenant. Bastion QOQ. How are you? Bastion Cock. I don't, I don't. How are you meant to pronounce that? I hope I just didn't butcher it. I'll just call you Bastion. I am really enjoying the game so far. Been a little bit hard on the old voice pipes because I'm just reading out everything, but you know, I think it kind of adds to it, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, it's good. The writing is phenomenal. I've been watching a little bit of it of another streamer, and that's why I decided to pick it up. And God, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I decided to pick it up. So I've seen bits and pieces of it. So like that part with the body where you throw up and stuff, I've seen that part before. So there's like little bits that I do know, but most of the game is completely new to me. What is this? It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Perception. Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material? Failure. Because it's nice and orderly. Well laid palette. Easy on the eyes. Rhythmic pattern. Calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling. What feeling? Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see, especially the small ones. Alright, so I'm going to have to increase my perception to do that again. I don't think I can get through to there. Okay. What else is here? Can I talk to this guy?
Yes.
Tell me about the case. What do you want to know? Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing. Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. That guy behind the counter thinks some union people hanged a man. And you're not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? Brief. Yes, that sounds good. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling and Rags hostel cafeteria. Caviter had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There was an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company, Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. Call me Bastion. I created this account long ago. I think it was meant to be an emote, sort of. I found it funny that people pronounce it as cock sometimes. I'm glad you enjoyed. That's how you also got into it. Got to day 4. Oh, nice. So you've passed it, or the game ended for you at day 4? I know very little about like this game outside of what it's delivered to me so far. So there's probably some mechanics that you're referencing at the moment that I don't understand. But nice to meet you, Bastion. Okay. Does the briefing say who the victim was? Security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. USA from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. Why don't we know anything about the caller? Didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why hide themselves? There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. Hold on, and the RCM is? That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are a part of. Self-organized Peace Corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this. Of course, let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer. That's right. Would you say this is a mysterious case? Yeah, we say it's a mysterious case. The lieutenant considers the question a moment before answering. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. Why not? Lieutenant shrugs. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I was thinking something otherworldly might be involved. You know, something supernatural. White male in his 40s. What do you need? Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious. Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy? Yes, that's the one. You lost your save, to be honest. Have a bad habit of not backing them up before doing a fresh Windows install. I think I'll just wait until the Polish localization gets released. Oh, you're from Poland? Awesome, dude. And that's soon, right? Because I saw a tweet from the developer the other day that they were working on translations at the moment. There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was. Maybe there's a young woman involved. Oh, yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful, blonde 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case. A rich one, in fact, part of a murder sex cult. The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic. It doesn't have to be a cult. It can just be sex murder. That's commendable. Was there anything else? It can still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head with a dark twist, even. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit, then hit him with it. We're from different precincts. Why are we on the same case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a, considers the phrasing, a pissing competition. His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise. What do you mean? You don't know? His eyes narrow. I assumed you were in on it. I don't remember being in on anything. Oh, you know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. Cop-off? It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Let it go. Okay. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? I should have all I need for now. Cool. You should know I don't remember anything. No response, he just arches the brow. I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved. Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? There's a sudden harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs. I'm afraid this is a medical situation. I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself... Really? The lieutenant gives you a look thorough as if performing triage. You look fine to me. I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea who I was. Psychodrama is unbecoming an officer. It's not psychological. Some sort of major brain damage has occurred on an unprecedented scale. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazarus. Was there anything else you wanted? I'll do that later. You seem to be following me. Yeah, we're working a case together, you idiot. Yeah, let's do that again. That's for now. So I need to go get ammonia, which I'll try and get from the gardener. How's your day been, Bastian? What time is it there in Poland? What have I got? Yeah, that's not gonna go well for me. I can feel it. I'm gonna try and get my new salts from the chick.
Hello again, officer.
You still have your salts. I think I could use some. Sure, I'm done with them. She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Alright. And try it. Can I just use it? I'll just like pop it in my hand or something? Not as soon as I'd like to. They're working on translation, but work on Polish hasn't started yet. It's up for a vote right now, actually, even though it's been announced as one of the first ones soon after release. 1:47 p.m. here. Nice. 7:47 p.m. here. 6 hours ahead of you. Try this again. Ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. Managed to keep it in once. Second time, not so much. Okay, so ammonia doesn't work. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears. The ammonia didn't help at all, nor does the wind right now. You feel the lieutenant pat on your back rhythmically. The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on a solid fortification. What the fuck? Isn't that like crenellations on a like on a castle, like the bit on the wall where it's like going like this? Is that what he's talking about? The description of this man. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You're facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life? I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cat of a day. Throw up, investigate, throw up, initial autopsy, throw up, bag it. He pats on your back again. Then drive to station, maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. You seem to be fine. I think I've lost my sense of smell. There's a pause. Not being hungover helps too. Can't we do something else? I think we want to solve something else now. Probably a good idea. Clear our heads. Before we can do that, he withdraws his hand from your back and looks in the eye. Need to get your shit together. Okay. Yeah, I do. Volumetric shit compressor. Shit is a part, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. I don't really understand what this whole thing is, so I'm just internalizing it because I don't really know what that means. Should go talk to the locals, find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Receive the thought. When this dialogue is over, go to the thought cabinet on the bottom right menu and equip it. Give it half an hour, get yourself together, then come back and have another go. Alright, so come back in 120. Well, it did work. Things that contribute to a skill check besides equipment in your base state, since they're always applied, appear under the skill check window with a description of what it does. Okay. That's in here. So it's like in this, where it says it's +1 to interfacing. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to people. Oh, what's this? Footprints. Several footprints in the mud left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear? Lieutenant's workers' boot tracks. Point to them. Noted. The lieutenant takes out his little notebook. May as well give it a go. Success. Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots are shuffled back and forth in the mud. Go over them one by one. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46. Wait, which is it? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. Count more. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but no, number 41. Male or female? Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. Pretty good at this, aren't I? You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else is a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it in a strange, beautiful way. The writing in this kind of reminds me of like a Terry Pratchett book. Yeah, I see what you mean. I did notice that. The glowing outlines of a standard work boot, number 46, but the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. Okay, so a big guy. Either fat or bulky and tall. In another standard work boot, number 44, there's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn. How many of the lieutenant has been tracking your eyes movements? 8. I was pretty off then. I counted 20. Same guys are going off, back and forth. Never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. He points to his glasses. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? Point. Light step. Number 41 shoe. Woman or a kid? I don't think there's any way to be sure. Understood. Anything else? A heavy one. 200 kilogram footprint. 200, he thinks for a moment. Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built walker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be dead man. He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely. Yeah, okay. Maybe it was giant. Maybe it wasn't. There is real palpable excitement in his voice at the process of it not being enchantment. Maybe it was. Just imagine a giant man at least 2.5 meters tall. It could have been, but if it wasn't, he waits for you to finish sentence. One of them was carrying him over. Possibly, yes. Lieutenant marked something down in his notebook. This guy's really fucking patient. An aberration, one soul is smoother than the other. Interesting. Let's name it Odd Soul. Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant? Someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbour, he thinks for a second. Or maybe a drummer. He regrets at the moment he says it. So one of the people we're looking for is a drummer. No, it's not. Forget I said it. We're not looking for a drummer. Press his index finger. Perhaps could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator's on the right. Nod thoughtfully. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam, see whether anyone strikes out as a potential subject. Seems prudent, no? Yes. Prudent. Lieutenant writes the information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think these tracks are? A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller who reported the hanging. It is not impossible. How do you know? I pulled last week's forecast for coastal weather shoal. 7 days below freezing. The day before the day of his hanging was the last warm day. The Pope 87. Yo, man, how's your night? It's pretty good, dude. Enjoying this game? Fresh haircut. Yeah, mate. I got it Friday, but I guess you haven't seen me since then. Sorry, Saturday. You haven't seen me since then. But I'll be back in the office on Monday, so you can check it out in person, mate. Last week's okay, so it was the last warm day. Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken the place a week ago. What do you think happened here? What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching. Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Sounds good. We'll rack your brain to find a good mic. Yeah, dude. Just depends what you want to use it for. There's a lot that you can do, like with low quality mics to try and make them sound better, but you'll always do better with like a good quality mic with like very little, doing very little to it and just having a lot of the raw sound coming through. But I can go through all of that next week. And it also depends whether you want to do like an XLR and have an interface, or whether you want to do like USB. All right, so we've got to go talk to people for a bit.